Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you again on our energy webinar. We are very delighted that you have decided to share your afternoon hour with us. And let's jump directly to our topic, which today are digestion problems. And let me welcome Misha, our expert and our host. And I will directly pass over the word to her so she can start with the webinar today. I will be on the chat, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Today we have to finish at the 6 o'clock sharp, so if there would be any questions left, please prepare them for the webinar that we will have with the questions and answers. It's on our website, the date, so please save them, or you know our contact. So if there is anything urgent, please let us know. So I'm passing the word over to Misha, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm really glad to see you again. And let's start because today's topic is really wide. Because the wood element season has already started, I wanted to say something about the middle season, which is earth element, and it's really crucial for this season now, and it really belongs to the digestion. And of course, it's problems which is everywhere in the population, and we are solving as a therapists every day on the daily basis, let's say. So the digestion. Let's say that the traditional Chinese medicine says that everything begins in our mind and, of course, in our tummy or belly. So the this middle season, which belongs to the earth, and it comes directly to after the water season. So this is very important to prepare our digestion system for the spring. So this middle season it belongs to the earth. However, the earth element organs are spleen, pancreas, stomach. Typical chi of earth element is already in a small intestine, pericard, liver, and inner element of earth as well. So you can see that not only spleen and pancreas are typical organs with the earth element. However, there are others. That's why our body is so complex, and even the digestion problem can have the source in another organ, which we really don't know. So to the earth element also belonging the duodenum and muscles and blood. Blood is very important because the earth element is also connected with the hormonal system, and the blood in Chinese medicine is also running with the hormones. So that's why so many women's cycle problems are connected to the earth element and blood as well. And according to the digestion problems, everything we process, which is food, our thoughts, and everything which comes from the outside, so we can hear, we can see, we can perceive, we can feel. So everything goes through our body, and everything we have to digest somehow. And from this food, we need to make the energy. So this is according to the Chinese medicine, the pancreas and spleen job. So if they should do it properly, they need to be in harmony. So, in our belly, we should be confident and listen to our intuition. However, nowadays it's very tough and difficult because our population needs to be always in a rush, and we are really under the huge pressure all the day long. So it's very hard to stay confident and to listen to ourselves. So the earth element is here many times during the year, and it means that we should stop ourselves. We should listen, and also we can have some break between the new element. That's why we call it middle season, and we can prepare our digestion for the new change. So it's really important to listen, because mostly the people are suffering with the problems on the beginning of the new season, of the new element. So if you will have time, and you will see that the clients are coming to you usually with the problems on the beginning of the season, if this is urgent. So this is something really visible we can see. For the spleen and stomach as well, there are the top hours, which is between 9 till 11 p.m. and in the morning, and then 9 till 11 p.m. is the bottom. So in these hours, you can usually see some problems, or you have the stony stomach, or you have another, even the feelings. So sometimes you can feel dizzy if your spleen is really hurt. So these hours are usually good for visible for the symptoms of the spleen or pancreas. And because spring is coming, we should prepare our digestion. And the best season, of course, and the best time is in the middle season of Earth, because in a spring season, which belongs to the wood element, everything is growing. So even your problems will grow up. That's the thing which we should be aware. So if we have some chronic problems and issues, they usually worsen in this season of the wood. So if we have a weakened earth element, there are special symptoms which are visible. So, and where is the source? The source is in a poor diet, because especially the population which actually is used to have breakfast according to the advertisements in TV shows. So we should have the cereals with milk in the morning, or the yogurt. But these are all the things are good if you are completely healthy, if you are the farmer who is all the day long working on his farm. But not for the 90% of the population, because we are in a rush in the morning, then we go by bus or by car to our work or school. We are sitting all day long, we are thinking, because mostly our work is mental work. And we sit behind the screens uh, which are consuming our blood. So you can't eat yogurt in the morning, because all the humidity and all the cold from the yogurt, which is the basic substance, and it's really good. But for the spleen, which is already hurt by all the activities during the day, it's not good start for the day. So the poor diet, and these people start with yogurt, so they already cool down the digestion system. So all the energy from the food and also from the sleep, previous sleep, we should consume on the energy we warm up our digestion. Then there is the lunch, let's say. So some people are having sandwich, some nothing, and some are going for some restaurant or something just to take with them. So even the fast food can be usual for the office workers. So again, we are hurting the digestion. Then we go for dinner. The dinner can be usually heavy, which is also not good for the digestion system, because we should approximately, we shouldn't eat 2 hours before we go to bed. But if you go for a dinner, it usually takes more, and then we go full to the bed, which is also not good. And as we know that there is the bottom activity between 9 and 11 p.m. for the spleen and pancreas, so it shouldn't be processing the food. It should be calm and relax. So the poor diet, I'm also saying what we eat. So we eat the industrial processed food. We don't eat the seasonal food, which is also a problem. So in winter, we can eat cucumber, we can eat salad, which is fine. However, if you have digestion problems, then you are cooling down your digestion system. So then you have to really work and really need another special energy to heat this food. But the salad should be in summer. This is typical summer food. When it's hot, it's humid, then salad is perfect because it cools down the body, not in winter. Food timing, again, if we eat, we usually don't eat when we are hungry, or we don't have time for the regular food. So we eat like 2 times a day in the evening. The main dish is usually coming in the evening, because if you are really busy during the day, then you don't have time. So this can cause huge problems, and not in a young age, but later. So this is like if you are having some, let's say, if you want to spare money, so you are sparing your problems day by day, step by step. So also, we are eating food without chi. So there is no love in food. There are some nutrients, but it's not rich in nutrients. That's why we need to add some minerals, some vitamins extra, because the food is really not rich. And one Serbian lady told me that the special secret essence of the perfect food is love. And she was really true, because if you add love for each of your cooking, then it will be perfect. Yes, our work is too much mental. So thanks to this, we consume a lot of energy. Our brain needs a lot of energy. And plus our spleen is not constructed for such a work. So That's why we need to support it, and we should do it each middle season or during the year if we have already some issue. Spleen usually doesn't like too much cold and humidity. If these two are in harmony, then it's okay. However, too much is always a problem, especially for the spleen. So if you have these people, and if you can imagine some big corporate manager, then this is really typical person which has the spleen problem. Because if you can see such a people, they usually get very easily offended. They are really having problem to forgive even the small things. So the forgiveness is something they really lack. And then these people are spending hours and hours pondering or every spoken sentence. So they're so picky, they can even memorize the word you told them, even you didn't mean it. So these are typical people which are having spleen and earth element problems. They are also endlessly brooding over their fear, because usually these managers are full of fears, of their job, fears. I don't know. Even these fears are usually without any reason. There is no reasonable. Nothing, actually, why they should be so much stressed, and they should have such a huge fear. But this is thanks to the spleen and earth element, which is not balanced. And these people are really having trouble to concentrate, and plus they can't stop their thinking. Even if they go to bed, before they go to sleep, they can't stop. These thoughts are coming one by one all the time. So they have problem to fall asleep usually. Or if they fell asleep because they're so tired, they usually wake up between 9 or 11, but usually they go much later to the bed, so they wake up like around 3 a.m., which is gallbladder and liver's hours. So this is the problem which you can see for the high positioned managers, but not only managers, but these are really typical. And also so many people which are having the problems with the earth element are unable to learn or memorize new things. So all these factors are making the chi of the earth element thick, and then there are blockades already, and the blockade is already big trouble. So the typical symptoms of harmed spleen or earth element chi, let's say, there are so many, and sometimes you wouldn't believe that they belong to the earth element. So there is typical indigestion, loss of appetite, or on the other hand, there is the constant hunger. So these people are always hungry, but there is not so much appetite, but they're just hungry. The stony stomach, so always you have the feeling that your stomach is full, even you ate just a little bit. With the small portions, you can be full, but this fullness is really uncomfortable. Poor immunity can be caused by the earth element. Of course, there is a pain in the left hypochondrium. There are disorders of the blood production, especially the red blood cells production. And there are the varices, which are typical for the spleen. And also there can be the bruises, which can be the symptom of the spleen. Of course, there are so many other symptoms for the bruises, but this can also belong to the earth element. Sometimes these people can feel the dizziness, which can be especially during the morning hours. So if you are in the office and you are under some pressure, then you can feel a little bit dizzy. So this dizziness is caused by the spleen. Then you can have the blackout. So if you stand up very fast, usually, then you can see the black for a few seconds when your sight is adapting. This is also typical earth element symptom. There can be also some palpitations. Sometimes there's some nose bleeding. This nose bleeding also usually belongs to the special and typical spleen hours. So it's usually during the morning or noontime. So in these hours, you can really see the people, they are having the nose bleeding. And especially for small children, when they are at school and they really need to learn a lot and memorize, so their spleen can be harmed. That's why they are having the nose bleeding. There is also typical fatigue. So these people are so exhausted, and there is usually no another source. No, they don't see the problem usually, why they should be tired. So this can be the spleen problem. Sometimes there is the dual headache in forehead. So it's really something which is hard to describe. However, it's like you are having the wall here in the forehead, and the pain is so special, but you can't concentrate. Also, usually the people which are having the harmed spleen and pancreas are having cold hands and feet. And also there is always some cold, and they are so sensitive for cold. So everything which will be cold and humid will cause them even bigger problems. There is also appetite for sweets. So these people are eating sweets as an energy booster. So it's like you need more and more chocolate, always. It's, again, if we are going back to the hormonal system level, just the PMS and before the women's cycle, I think 90% of women are eating chocolate like crazy. This is the spleen doing. And there can be another things like prolapse of the uterus or rectum, hemorrhoids. So many things can be connected with the earth element problems. Yes, and what we can do, we can help ourselves with the energy products. Of course, the first thing is really minimize to stay in front of the screens. The very important thing is to really minimize the screens in the evening, especially between 9 and 11 p.m. because we need to calm down all the system. We need to follow the circadian hours and our rhythm of the life. Also, it's very important to have the dishes during the day in special hours, or let's say have some system in a food so the digestion will be prepared. And also there is, according to me, I don't like to say, okay, you need to have 5 dishes a day, you need to have the 3 dishes a day. Everyone is unique. So we need unique system. And if you already know yourself and your body, then you will be able to guess when you need to eat and when you can, how you can set up this system. But really, having some order in this will make it easier for your body. So we can start very easily. If you have the hot water in the morning, you just add 1 spoon of the chi drink to the glass of water or your cup and add the hot water, and you have the drink which will help to restore the energy, which will help the energy flow, which will support your spleen and pancreas and the earth element completely. And there is the moisture harmony which children brings. Also helps with the skin problems and will support the digestion from the very beginning of the day. So if you will start just this simply, you will be somehow saved. So of course, you can even start with the tea. I just think that everyone should start with something warm. Be careful for the water, hot water or warm water with the lemon, because according to the Chinese medicine, there is something which goes because lemon has the cooling effect for the body. So even if you add it to the hot water, the result is that the lemon is much stronger than the hot water, so it will cool down your system, which is good from the spring till the end of the summer, but not in the autumn and in winter. And especially for the people which are having problems with the earth element, it's very important to really be gentle to your digestion system. So these people should eat everything warm, gentle, not spicy, not too much salty. Everything, all the food should be gentle. So that's why even the chi drink has gentle, really like sweet taste. But this sweetness is not coming from the sugar, but it comes out from the Job's tears. So that's why it's very tasty. And of course, after the night, our senses are sharper. That's why even the taste is much sweeter than during the day. So you can feel it. And of course, our star is the Stimarol, because Stimarol is really the preparate which can help in many ways, and can support your spleen and pancreas. And I think it's fit for everyone. Even I know that usually the students are taking the Stimarol, or someone who really needs to memorize something quick and needs to focus, because Stimarol is the specialist in such a things. because it supports the digestion. It supports, on the other hand, also the spleen and pancreas. So with this doing, it helps a lot. So you can concentrate, really, you can focus. Even there are so another factors which are trying to bother you. So the Stimar will really help you. And additional bonus is that it really contains so many herbs. So it's not good for the brain and CNS. However, it's good for the heart. It's good also for the lungs and again for the digestion. So as I already said, the controlling path is the liver and spleen. That's why it's Stimaro so unique. And if we wanted to use the Regalen could be too strong in some ways. And of course, let's say the Stimaral has really wide spectrum. So if you have someone who is suffering with a fatigue, with digestion problems, can't focus, can't memorize, has ups and downs with the system, with the thinking, can't stop the thoughts, then the Stimaral is really good beginning. So it calms down the gallbladder, it calms down the digestion system at all, but also works with the three fires, so with the hormonal system as well. It supports the senses, so not only your memory. Also, like the others, helps you to detoxicate. Also, good one for the regeneration. And some people are taking the Stimaral instead of coffee. It can really boost your energy. If you are taking the Stimaral as the energy booster, don't take it in the evening. Otherwise, he will wake you up. So it's good for the students. They need to study over the night. However, it's not good for ordinary people. But usually, if you really need to have some dose, then 1 drop is enough for the night. But I have the clients which are getting used to for Stimaral, say they don't have problems to get sleep even with a few drops in the evening. There are another benefits like positive thoughts, because the Stimaral doesn't let you to have the negative thoughts and negative thinking, the way of the thinking, because he's really supporting the spleen and the digestion problem. And as we know, the emotions are in the large intestine. So if we support the digestion system, then the large intestine has a good bacteria, and then everything works well. So even our thinking is much better. Another huge potential of the Stimaral is the adaptability. That's why I love him in these middle seasons, because Stimaral supports you when you need to adapt. It doesn't matter if you need to adapt to the new weather, if you have so much changing weather, especially for the spring one, if you are going through some stressful situation, or if you need to study something for your new job. It doesn't matter. I love the Stimaral during my travels. So if you travel, you can take it before your travel for good adaptation as a time is changing. So good for jet lag. You can use it in so many diseases. They are connected to the CNS. So You can have it as a stimulant for the patients which are suffering with a neurasthenia, neurosis, depressions. It's good for the autistic people. You can support them with the Stimural because their brain is consuming so much energy. So we usually can't. We usually have problem that there is not enough rich food for such a person because the brain really needs a lot of energy. So the Stimural will somehow regulate the energy which is going through the body and calms down the brain. Also, if you have someone who doesn't have depression, but it's really this person has some sadness, even without any reason. This also comes from the spleen, so you can help with this product. And also, if you can have someone who is really functional, which is also huge problem to me because these people can't see the wide range of the things, or they focus too much on the minority things. And there is another symptom, impatience. So to grow the patience for such a clients, you can grow with the Stimural. You can take it even during the infectious liver disease, which is really important. So you can take it as a support because sometimes Regalen would be too much in such cases. And actually you can have it as a support in all liver diseases. Or if you have the chronic fatigue syndrome, then you can use the Stimural as well. Also, you can have it as a support in diseases of the heart, diseases of the blood vessels, even the thyroid gland, adrenal glands, then also supports the eyes, and especially if you have the case of reduced immunity. So Stimural has really wide usage. So you don't have to be worried about taking Stimural because usually it doesn't make the reactions. So Stimural is perfect for the spleen. Then we have Ginex. Ginex is our star product, I know, and I believe that we didn't say much about him. And it's typical perfect product for the earth element, and it's harmonizing the earth element. And everybody has, I believe that the 99.9% of the population has the earth element in this harmony. So I think we should drink the Ginex every day in some part of our diet. So it works with the psychological and hormonal level, especially it has the phytohormones. That's why Ginex works so much for the women, because it thanks to the phytohormones, it gives you something which usually our body lacks. And plus, it's really good for those which are having the hormonal disorder. However, they're like the cure with the chemical way doesn't work. So usually this bioinformation product works because there is the frequency which is inside. So the frequency says to the body which frequency it should work on. That is the secret of the Ginex, because usually so many doctors are saying We don't know why it works, but it works. So that's maybe because the women's are so sensitive. So even this frequency can help with, of course, in combination with the herbs. However, it really works. So not only for the spleen, but also for the hormonal level. That is the top thing for the earth element and for Ginex. It normals thyroid gland activity, which is also very important. However, be careful. Once the client has already the medication, we should be really careful because there are these phytohormones which can be indication for the medical support. So be careful in these things, and it's always better to consult it with the doctor. The client should consult it. It also protects the nerve cells fiber, which is really important for the central nervous system diseases, and this multiplication sclerosis is really tough to cure. However, Ginex can be good support. In this case, I love the Ginex with Vitamarin and Phytomineral. This is really something which makes the clients very happy with such a problem. It also harmonizes the activity of glands and with internal secretion. So it's a really special product. And let's say that with one preparate, we can have the wide range of the healing. So we can use it in many ways, and it also works for the stony stomach. So whenever you have someone who is suffering for the inflammation of the stomach, you can add the Ginex, because Ginex is very gentle. It harmonizes the psychic. It harmonizes also the spleen and pancreas. So it works with the digestion as well as the brain, which usually sometimes makes these inflammations in the stomach because we are thinking too much or we are under the pressure. And Ginex gives you something that you can see the things from the another point of view. That's also the Ginex doing, and that's also the way how this product can support the spleen and also support your life. Yes, improves premenstrual comfort in many ways, in many symptoms of the premenstrual comfort can help you, Ginex. So, but there is another thing. So many women are just thinking that if they take the product, it will be enough. Mostly it happens for 1, 2, 3 months, then it works, and then it doesn't. It means that not the Ginex doesn't work anymore, but there is another element in this harmony which we need to support, and it's usually the blood by itself. So you can't usually heal so many symptoms by one product. So you need to change, and you need also to work on yourselves. So that's why these women usually take one product and they will think, okay, it can heal everything, but this is not possible, and the real life is absolutely different. That's why we should combine the products, not at the same time, but we should make it like one cure by this one, and then we should change them because also the body is changing and the situations as well. So once we are having the earth element in harmony, then there is time to move on. Yes, so let's move. And we have the Mycopan. Mycopan is good because if you usually have some real problems which are having the symptoms, you can measure them by the medical results. Then there is the Mycopan. It supports the spleen, pancreas, and stomach, as well as the ginex, but a little bit differently, and maybe sometimes more gently. It complements the qi. It takes out the humidity, especially its over humidity, so which is very important. It's lowering the sugar levels, which can also helps to the clients which are having these sugar level problems, and also diabetes. It doesn't matter which type. You can always use Mycopan or Ginex to support them. Also works with the blood pressure, as our all mushroom products. Works with the hormonal cancers. It takes out the toxins and parasites. It doesn't mean that if with Mycopan you will take all the parasites if you have them, but it supports your body to really take them out. It also helps with the immunity. It's also working somehow with the allergies, and works with very well with the metastasis. So whenever you have some cancers which are tending to come back in some another versions, then Mycopan is really good. Even you can have it as a regeneration, or prepare yourself. Yes. Works very well with the gastritis, ulcer colitis, Crohn disease, and also high blood pressure. Another benefit is that it has calming down effect, which is really nice. Then we have probiosan and probiosan innovum. As I already said, the positive mind begins in a large intestine. So whenever our digestion system is in harmony, then our mind can be also. That's why these two are really good, and not only during your antibiotics, but I think during every season, or you can take them few times in a year just as a cure. But I believe that thanks to the food production and food we eat every day, and there is almost no rich food or fermented food, so we also need some good bacteria, and that's why probiosan and probiosan innovum can help you with this. There's slight difference between two of them, because probiosan innovum contains the colostrum. So the colostrum can cause the problem for someone who is allergic for the lactose. So that's why if you can't have the milk products, then I think probiosan is safe. I've never seen someone who had such an allergy and had problems with the probiosan innovum. However, the green probiosan is really 100% safe. Also, the probiosan innovum contains beta-glucans, which are supporting your immunity. And on the other hand, the probiosan contains chlorella, which helps large intestine, which helps the digestion, which supports the blood, and also has the detoxification effect for the livers. So these two can be really good choice if you don't know. And if you are already suffering with some inflammations in the stomach, then we have the Mytenus tea, which is amazing tea for all the digestion problems, but it's also immunostimulating tea. It has calming effect for your mind, which is really nice. So you can have it in the evening as an evening tea. And of course, it helps to detox your body and cleans the blood. So whenever you have the client which has the indigestion problems, which is suffering for the stomach inflammation, even the chronic problems, or ulcers, reflux, and or flatulence, this tea can be really nice. You can combine it with a Stimorol, of course, or if someone doesn't like the drops, then the tea can be another way how to cure. It works also with the menstrual problems, as they are connected to the earth element. Again, it works very well with the menopause. Oh yes, I wanted to say something about the menopause and Ginex, because there are two types of the women. One is missing the hormones during the menopause, and another one has too much hormones. So these two is very difficult to try. However, in for those who are really missing the hormones, then the Ginex is perfect and they love it. But the another group, which is having too much of hormones, the Ginex usually doesn't work. And that's because it's trying to harmonize the level. However, it's usually not too strong. So there is peralgin. So you can use for them peralgin. And the response is really nice. Yes, and Mytenus you can also use as an Alzheimer disease and psychological problems. That's why, because it has the calming effect for your brain. You can also use it in cases that there are the poorly healing wounds or some kinds of ulcers, cancers. So that's why the Mytenus is really nice product as well. And I love the teas, and I believe that they are so powerful as well, so we can use them. Of course, Cytosan, which is the earth element typical product, and we already said a lot about the Cytosan. So everything which is written here is true, and you can also take it as a starter. So if you really don't know where to start and which product to choose, you can start with the Cytosan, because it's harmonizing the earth element. It has the detoxification effect. It supports so many organs. And also, if you detox your body, you will feel much better. And also, there can be some another problems which will show up after the detoxification. So you can help yourself with the Cytosan very easily. Then we have Nigella sativa. Surprisingly, the oil, which is good for the hair, skin, blood sugar, blood pressure, also supports your immunity, has anti-inflammation effect, works very well with the stomach problems, with the flatulence, intestine, large intestine problems, detoxicate the livers. It also works with the parasites on some ways, and also can be used for the massage. And it's really tasty, so you can have it with the bread. We are having another products, which is Regalen, Veronal, Relaxin, Mycohepar. Betafit, Gaia, spirulina barley juice. These all you can use in case of the problems with the spleen and pancreas or earth element. Each of them can support it. I believe that with Regalen and Mycohepar, we will continue in the next webinar, of course. And for sure, we will focus on the others in other webinars. I just wanted to say that there are another which can be support in this cure. Yes, and we made it. So thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. I'm looking forward for the next one and hope you will have some good questions. Martina, do we have the questions or they are saving them next time?
The questions are saved for the next time. So, Misho, I would like to thank you very much for your interesting webinar. I thank everyone for attention, and we see you in 3 weeks. So I wish everyone a great Saturday and see you next time. And thank you.
Thank you so
Goodbye.
much and see you.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.